Hi, Zach Dobson here with another Friday photo tip. Last week I talked about the proper way to hold your camera so it's nice and steady and you don't get that sort of hand motion that can make your images a little bit blurry. So this week I want to expand upon that a little bit and know, when are you getting into that range where motion blur can become an issue. So a general rule of thumb, if you're shooting a DSLR or a mirrorless camera, anything like that, is whatever the focal length of your lens is, if it's slower than the equivalent shutter speed. So 50 millimeter lens, if you're shooting slower than 1/50th of a second, you start to kind of get in the range where it can become a risk. So what I like to do to combat that is shoot in bursts. So any of these cameras have settings where you can shoot a higher speed of frame rates in a row. So that would be, and I'll always do at least 3, and the reason for that is just the act of pressing and releasing the shutter can cause the camera to move just slightly and get you a little bit of blur. So what that does then is kind of the first one might have a little bit of blur, but the 1 or 2 or 3 images in the middle between the first and the last frame have a lot higher chance of being sharp. So that can also help when you're photographing a moving or talking subject to do that burst, because there might be one where they move their head, there's a little bit of blur, or their mouth moves kind of funny while they're talking, and it greatly increases your chance of getting a nice sharp image in between. So that's something you can do with your phone too. The phones have a burst mode. Just by holding down the shutter longer, it will take a quick series of photos, and then you can go back through and pick out the 1 or 2 that look best. So try shooting in bursts, see how it goes, tag your results with hashtag ZDP Photo Challenge, and we'll share those on Instagram. Leave a comment or let us know how this works for you, or if you have any other questions, let us know. So thanks for stopping by this week, and keep it real.